Hi guys, it's Danny for Seek and Word. Welcome to Mental Health and Makeup Mondays, where I sit down, I talk about a mental health topic that has been heavy on my mind, and I do my makeup at the same time. Today I'm going to be talking about porn and whether it is good or bad. So I'm really excited to get into this topic. I wish I had a video to watch like this when I was kind of going through my own porn journey. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so I guess in order to decide whether porn is good or bad, we have to talk about what good and bad actually are. I know this can just sound like semantics or, philosophical, but it's true. What does good and bad really mean? Are they even truly good? Is anything ever truly only good or truly only bad? Are things like only black and white, only good or bad? Is there a gray area? So I think that's something to really consider because no one should be beating themselves up really badly for having watched porn, or no one should be thinking that they are the coolest person ever or the greatest person ever because they have watched porn. At least that's my opinion. And in my opinion, and I think this is actually one of the most ultimate truths that are out there, is that there really is no such thing as good or bad. And we, as human beings, literally make up what good and bad actually are. The universe is not looking down on things that happen to the world like hurricanes or mass genocides. The universe isn't looking down on things thinking, that was really bad. Or the universe doesn't look down on a sunrise or a beautiful sunset and is like, that's something that's really good. No, these are things that simply just are, and there's no label such as good or bad that are attached to those things. And so I think as human beings, we like to attach labels to things that really just helps us to, I don't know, organize things in our minds. But labels can also really separate yourself from other things and other people. And this really is so deep. I hope everyone can grasp this here, that there is no such thing as good or bad. You literally make up what is good or bad. And like what's good to someone might not be good to you, and what's good to you might not be good to someone else. And it's crazy that we fight so much over something that is good or something that is bad when really we just make it up. And there's a little bit of good and probably a little bit of bad, a little bit of pros and cons to everything ultimately. And so defending our beliefs about what's good or what's bad, like to the freaking death, like all of the crimes that have ever been committed have been, committed over like beliefs. Like, I believe that, I should have this land, or I believe, that this person is bad and this person deserves this. I personally don't like to label things as good or bad. Of course, it is useful in times, and we do use this sense of like feeling that we get of what feels good or what feels bad to us to guide us in the decisions that we make in life. But just watch out for labeling or shaming someone for being bad for doing something that you might think is bad. But ultimately, the truth is that there is probably good in it as well. Y'all, real quick, I wanted to mention before I go on about, I guess my personal views about porn. Um, Sorry that I have missed a couple of Monday makeup videos, guys. It's just been crazy. I got a new job. I've been dog sitting a bunch. These people really need me to watch their dogs, and it's pretty good. side money. So, uh, like if it were up to me, I would just quit both those jobs and I would create amazing content for the YouTube for you all, for anyone who's like willing to learn and grow on these mental health topics that, you know, I feel like I've learned about and grown from learning about here recently. So, anyways, so I really appreciate anyone who does actually watch this channel. It really means a lot to me. It would be so great to just learn and grow on these topics myself, and I can help you guys. And yeah, that's the dream. We're also renovating a camper van or a sprinter van into a camper van. So that's been taking a lot of time up. I just had my dryer break. We have a leak in the roof. Just a lot going on basically. So you get it. Anyways, so let's get back to our topic. One of the reasons I was so excited to shoot the video on this topic, whether or not porn was good or bad, was because I really struggled like morally with this topic because I used to watch porn. And it was great. I don't, I guess, have any regrets, but I didn't feel the best always after doing it. I don't know if it was like guilt, probably, or what it was, but I just always felt like, I don't know, not dirty, but like invasive. It just didn't feel right. So I just like decided to cut it out of my life. I also feel like I was introduced to it at a very young age, and I just have like, I think, some trauma surrounding porn as well. It's not something that I want around me. It's not something that I necessarily would want my boyfriend to watch. But there's another side of me that's like, never say never. Like, who knows? We might end up watching porn together in the future. You never know. But I just think that's my personal like feeling towards it. I'm super monogamous like minded. I want to have just like one other person. So I mean, y'all have fantasies here and there, but I mean, my person is my person. I was like so torn about this, y'all. I was like, God, is it good or is it bad to watch porn? Like, I don't know. Like, what do the monks do? So I was researching, whether or not, monks, or no, I wasn't researching. I was researching whether or not like monks masturbated sometimes, and I guess that eventually they do, but obviously their goal is to really just think about loving themselves, which I think is a beautiful concept. If you ever just like want to get off sometime, just try like getting off to like loving yourself and your own beauty and just what feels good to you without using porn or an object or something else to get you off. Like, just get off on pure just love for yourself. I think that is something that our society might need to move more towards, that and loving ourselves in general. That's what Seek Inward is all about. But I was also researching just like people I look up to, like Eckhart Tolle and like Russell Brand and Jay Shetty. I'm like, are these people watching porn? And you know what? It's really hard to find out about people's take on porn sometimes. I feel like I like looked up all these different people's opinions on it and I just really couldn't find anything. And I looked for like a monk's opinion on it and really couldn't find anything. And like, there's just not a lot of information out there. But the best information I found for me was that it's not good or bad to watch porn. That's the important part, is to not beat yourself up or look down on other people for watching porn, or like it's also another thing to be addicted. Of course, that's like deeper than probably what we're talking about here. But at the end of the day, you're probably addicted because you feel this like deep void inside you, this deep need for like love and connection. And if you're not getting that, then like you that's how addictions occur. So it was hard to, like I said, find different people's takes on porn or people who didn't watch porn and what their reasoning was. I know Russell Brand, I believe, said just that he doesn't feel good, kind of the same with me after he watches porn, and he is also like looking to be in a monogamous relationship. So, um, yeah, that's the vibe I got from him. Um, so with the monk thing, yeah, I think once you like graduate to be like some monk master, that's when it's like okay in their religion, I guess, to masturbate. Another thing is that it's a like sex is a survival program, so like your body craves sex for that reason, and no one should be ashamed of like wanting or needing to masturbate. And um I think it's really up to you and how you feel. Like, just pay attention to your emotions when you're watching porn. Like, how does it make you feel inside, And it's also really important discussion, I feel like, with your partners as well. I feel like for me, that wasn't something that was like always talked about, but it was like we always knew that the other person did it. But it's just like, I think an important conversation, because what if your partner isn't okay with that? I mean, it is kind of like looking at a bunch of other naked people, like when you're supposed to be like in a committed one person relationship. So I don't know. I'm not an expert by any means, but I don't think that porn is good or bad. I don't think you will go to hell for watching porn. I don't think you will go to heaven for watching it either. I believe that heaven is here, and whatever makes you happy, do it as long as you're not hurting anybody. I think another big takeaway from this, as we're talking about bigger and deeper subjects like what are good and bad actually, is to look at like our beliefs, because like I was saying earlier, our beliefs drive essentially all of our actions. And so I think a lot of people know that. They know, like, okay, my beliefs are driving my actions, like, got it. But they're not always aware of where their beliefs are coming from. And they're seeing their beliefs as, like, the full and God's honest truth. Like, nothing could be astray from their own beliefs. So, of course, tons of problems come up when people, think that way or behave that way. Long answer short, watching porn is neither good or bad for you. And you just gotta do what feels right to you. And you just gotta have good communication with your partners. And you just have to build awareness, be sure to love yourself, and just do the best that you can do for where you're at. But eventually, the goal is to move up the psychological pyramid, the hierarchy of needs. So our lower needs are like sex and food and shelter and water. And then we move up to, more needing family connection, and then we get into more self-esteem building, career, success, and then you move to like the most potential that you can reach as a human being. So ultimately, we want to move past the lower needs of sex and food and water and progress to our full potential as a human being, which would be awesome. So, although sex is great and porn is great, there is this level of existence that is even greater than all of these lower psychological needs. that is all I really have to say about porn. So I hope that this helped you. I wish I had a video, like I said, to watch like this when I was younger and I was feeling like I don't know if this is good or bad what I'm doing. And also there's just so much societal things, like, maybe you would feel guilty as a kid if a adult, caught you, but now that you're an adult, like, you don't need to feel guilty anymore, but maybe you still have some of that there. So it could be tons of different things, but don't beat yourself up and don't build yourself up for doing it either. Just do, the best that you can do and try to move up the hierarchy of needs pyramid. Do things that fulfill you, talk to people, build deeper connections with like real people, and keep watching these videos. They'll help you to build that awareness we were talking about building, and just becoming more mindful of our thoughts. And that's all that I have for today. Next week, I will be talking about more of the psychology of needs pyramid so that we can get a better idea of how to actually reach our full potential as a human being. If you find these videos to be helpful, please like this video and subscribe for future videos. Until next time, bye!